Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install a ESXi Hypervisor and install a Linux virtual machine inside of ESXi so you can access it wherever you are. To do this we'll need a few things. Number one, you're going to need a spare computer that you can install ESXi on. And then number two, you're going to need a USB drive that we can install the ESXi image and then transfer it over to the computer. The first piece of software we're going to need is unetbootin, and this is going to create a bootable image on our USB from the ESXi image that we download. So you can go to unetbootin.github.io. I'll also have it linked in the description so you can just click it if you're watching this. Once you're there, we're going to click download. For ROS, we're using Windows 11, so download, save this, open this up, yes, okay, and then it's already running, so we can minimize that. And now we're going to download the ESXi Hypervisor image. So I will also have the link for this page in the description as well. But basically, we're going to install the latest version of ESXi, which is the VMware vSphere 7.0. So after you have this, we're going to go over and click Product Download on the right side. And we're going to scroll down to the vSphere Hypervisor 7.0 U3, which is the latest one, and click Go to Downloads. And then we're going to click the ESXi ISO image here at the top. And just as a reference, you will need to make an account with VMware and log in, but it's completely free. So if you haven't done that, do that now. Then we'll click Download Now. It'll ask us to save the image. Just save it. And that'll download pretty quickly here. It's only about 400 megabytes. Boom, and it's done. Now we can take our USB drive and install it in the computer. Note that you should have it formatted already. Now we're going to run that unetbootin program. We're going to go down to disk image ISO, and we're going to find the ESXi Hypervisor file in our downloads, which is right here. Open USB drive. Just make sure your USB drive is selected and hit OK, and that's going to create a bootable installer. And then when you're finished, just hit exit, and we can unplug the USB right now. Now take your USB drive and insert it into the computer you are installing ESXi on. In my instance, I'm just using like an older Dell Optiplex. Go ahead and power it on. And then you're going to want to hit your boot up key, whatever that is, for the startup items. For me, that's F12. So I'll smash that. Okay. And I'm going to scroll down to the ESXi standard installer. Hit enter. You can hit enter again to skip that little wait sequence. And then now it's going to start going through the ESXi installer. Once your installer finishes loading, you'll be greeted with this. Go ahead and hit enter to continue. F11. It's going to scan for devices to install the hypervisor on. In this case, I have a 250 gig internal SSD on this machine, so that's the one I'm going to select. Make sure you don't install this on the installer itself or you'll ruin it. Now you might not see this part because I had ESXi installed on here previously, but basically I'm going to choose install ESXi and overwrite the data store. You'll probably just be skipped to this part right here, default for my keyboard layout, and now you'll set your password to log into it when you access it via web portal. Okay. It's going to ask you to confirm the install, so just confirm it by hitting F11, and now it's actually going to install ESXi on the hard drive of the computer. After the install finishes, it's going to ask you to remove the installation media, so unplug your USB, and then just hit enter, and it's going to reboot it. Now our hypervisor has finished booting, and we can start configuring it. So first thing we're going to do is hit F2. We're going to log in using the password we set previously. And we can scroll down to Configure Management Network. Network adapters, we're going to click that and just make sure the ones we're using are connected. So if you have multiple ones or different NIC cards or anything like that, but right here you can see we have the Ethernet one. You can push space to disable or space to re-enable it, and it shows it is currently connected, so that's good. Hit enter. You can set a VLAN if you're using a VLAN. IPv4, so here's where we're going to configure the network settings. So enter into there. We're going to scroll down and hit spacebar to set static IP address because we want this to have a static IP address on our network so we can always access it with the same address. And I've already seen the range in my router. You'll want to just set it to something you have available inside your home network. I'm going to set this one to 192.168 .1.4. My subnet is okay, and my default gateway is okay, so I'm going to hit enter to save that. Go down to the DNS configuration. You can leave it to automatically obtain the DNS. I use a Raspberry Pi for mine, so mine's already set to get that from the router, so that's fine. Hit escape to go back. It's going to say, do you want to apply these changes and restart the management network? You're going to say hit Y, yes, because it has to restart in order to take effect. So good. Now we can see up in the corner, host name, localhost. That doesn't really matter, but what does matter is the IPv4 address. You can see it is set to the 192.168.1.4 static IP we set, so we can hit escape again. And now we're done in terms of physically accessing the computer running ESXi. Okay, now we're back on our main computer, and we're going to visit the ESXi Hypervisor by going to the IP. So 192.168.1.4 in my case. Hit enter. And Firefox, it might tell you this because it's not the HTTPS address. Accept the risk and continue. Now the default username is going to be root. Password, set whatever you set before. Enter. You're going to be greeted with this, help us improve the VMware host client. I just uncheck that, hit OK. And now you can see you actually have access to the entire web portal. So over here, we're going to go to storage, and you can see we have data store 1, which is our internal SSD in my case. And then virtual machines, we don't have any because we haven't created one yet. So our next step is going to be to download the Linux ISO, excuse me. In this example, I'm going to use Ubuntu, so we can go to ubuntu.com, go to download, Ubuntu desktop, hit download, and then that'll start downloading it for you. Once your Linux ISO is finished downloading, we're going to go back to the Hypervisor. We're going to go to storage. We're going to go to data store browser. We're going to create a directory. We're going to call this ISO. Okay. And now we're going to click into here and click upload. We're going to select the Ubuntu ISO, open. And now this is going to upload the ISO to our ESXi machine so we can use it to install the VM. Okay, once that's done uploading, you'll see it right there. We can close this. Now we're going to go back to virtual machines. We're going to go to create/register, create new virtual machine, hit next. We're going to enter in this one Ubuntu. We're going to select Linux for the guest OS, and then for the version, we're going to go to Ubuntu Linux 64-bit. Next. Data store 1, that's the internal SSD that it's going to be installed on. Hit next. And now here's where we can decide how much of the CPU hardware is dedicated to this VM. So I'm going to give this 4 cores. I'm going to give it 8 gigs of memory, even though this machine has 16 gigs. Hard drive space, I'm going to give it 20 gigabytes. And yeah, it's connected to the network adapter. And then so we can boot off the ISO, we're going to go down to the CD/DVD drive. Instead of host device, we're going to do data store ISO file. And then we're going to browse to where we uploaded the Ubuntu ISO. Select that, hit select. Scroll down, okay, or we're going to hit this little arrow. We want to make sure connect on at power on is selected. Hit next. Actually, I'm going to go back and give this a little bit more video memory. So we're going to specify custom settings, and I'm going to give this 64 megabytes. Hit next. Okay, everything looks good. Hit finish. Now we can click on this, and we can hit power on. And then it'll start booting with the ISO. So I'll pull this, and you guys can see it's booting up the ISO. We're going to click install Ubuntu. English. Going to make this a little bigger for you guys. Continue. I'm going to do minimal install because I don't need all this other stuff. And then I'm going to click install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware just so if there's any drivers needed, it'll download those. I'm going to uncheck download updates while installing it just so it makes this go faster. Continue. we're going to erase the disk and install Ubuntu because we already have a dedicated partition set by ESXI. So install now. Continue. Choose your time zone. Continue. I'm just going to put administrator and then set a password. Okay, continue. And now it's going to install Ubuntu. Once the installation is complete, we're going to hit restart now, and that will restart the VM. We can also go to actions and then go to edit settings. And you want to make sure to uncheck the data store ISO file so that way it doesn't think it's trying to reinstall the ISO every time you boot it. So we're going to hit enter now. Boom. There's our finished installation. We'll just log in real quick. Skip that. Next, done. All right, and there you go. You have your Linux VM running in a ESXI Hypervisor. If you guys have any other questions or comments, leave them below. Like I said, all the links for the software and where to download stuff is going to be in the video description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.